Hey everyone, Andrew, day 2 Dryden, recording here again for Nikachu MTG, and if this is the we're playing Burn in Modern today. We're in round 5 of our competitive Modern League. Our opponent wishes us good luck. I will wish them a heartfelt you too. But if this is the kind of content you enjoy, this hand sucks. Oh, maybe it's good enough. Anyway, please do subscribe to the channel. Make sure to like the video, comment below, and subscribing is one of the most important things. It helps us keep the channel going, shows our, lets us know the support is out there. So we're here in round 5. Had some bad luck in the last couple rounds. We had some good luck in round 1 though, so I can't complain too much. And we're here on the draw, or sorry, on the play. So hopefully that good luck keeps up. On the play, again, we saw in the last round, sometimes just going Goblin Guide into Goblin Guide, even if you don't draw the land, is strong enough. So I will keep this hand, but it is a little suspect. It may... This is a high risk, high reward kind of hand. So we'll see whether we're risked or rewarded. Chromatic Star. Well, if it's Tron, this is the kind of hand that can just race Tron. It's definitely what I would like to see. That being said, the exact same thing happened in the previous round against a really good matchup in Lantern Control, and things like this Searing Blaze were just completely freaking dead. Oh, those are some bad draws. That being said, it's a little bit better in this. Come on. Like I said, we can still just race and curve out here. I'm also glad I didn't open up with Lavamancer. Alright. So... if they just have... oh, well, they're going to get it next turn. Okay, this is an unfortunate series of events. But... we have the tools to make this still work. No, I don't want to concede. There we go, attack with all creatures. Alright, expedition map. Yeah, they fetch now. So this expedition map's not there no more. Yeah. Alright. So it's online. And depending on how this goes, I mean, if we just draw a land next turn, we can still win fairly comfortably. But we'll see what happens. Whatever, I'm F6ing here. I got nothing. Worm Coil? Oh, Ballista. Okay. That's a good draw. So is there a way to do this that's better? There probably is. So if we attack in, they block one, and they try to kill the others... I can Boros Charm them in response, which means at least one creature is going to get through. So, yeah. So that means we want to do this. Attack. Wow, just drawing them all the lands. Uh-oh, that could be bad. And yeah, I'm okay with this. As soon as they get rid of one counter though, then I can... okay, so I can fetch... I can fetch now. Because if they want to use the 2 counters here, they'll have to do it first or here. Yeah, they don't have enough counters to kill everything. Actually, I could even give them indestructible. Is that better? No, that's worse, because one of them will still die. Although so will the Ballista. No, this puts them down to 6. This puts them down to 3. This is just the better play. Yeah, this is just the better play. So you either kill the Swift Spear now, or you, yeah, or you kill the Goblin Guide. Oh, that's fine too. That even lets me keep a creature. That lets me keep all my creatures on board. I mean, I don't know what's about to come my way, but yeah. Either way, I think we got this. I think we were able to get there. Yeah, I don't think there's anything that saves them here except main deck Nature's Claim, which I've never seen them run. Oh! I just realized if they Ghost Quartered my Sacred Foundry, that would actually keep me from being able to win. They don't know that, but it would. No, that would have been bad. You know what? Actually, I didn't even think of this. Oh, that was dumb. Maybe the better play was to Searing Blaze the Ballista before... You know what? I bet, Kay, if you've already written in the comments section, I'd have to look back on it. Actually, the better play was probably to Searing Blaze the Ballista before attacking in. What happens then? They take 3, go to 6. They can kill 1 creature. They go to 2. I don't think that is necessary. Oh! Oh, they were smart enough to still do this. Yeah, okay. That's unfortunate. Okay, well, they still need to dodge a top deck land or be able to win next turn through a Rift Bolt. So, I think we're still in good shape here. But that is a line I didn't see also. Wow. Really hope I don't just punt this game away. With that Searing Blaze mistake. So what happens here? I attack in. They either go to 2 or 1. Which doesn't really matter. No, it doesn't matter. Yeah, so we just suspend this. Okay. Alright. You have to either gain life or win. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So we still got there. Yeesh. Okay. Tron. We definitely want Skullcracks. We want a couple of paths. We want smashes. Not as good on the draw, but still pretty good. Searing Blaze, not great. Lava Man, not great. Helix isn't required. Yeah, Helix isn't great. Okay, so did I miss anything? I could have another path. This is no good. The playables are path and or Helix here. So can I raise this up a little bit more? Okay. So is there anything I don't really like? No, the rest of this is really good. Nope, this is great. This is what we want. Submit deck. Submit it! Alright, okay. Let's go. This is a strong matchup. This is a strong hand. Guide into Eidolon. Eidolon's not as great on the draw, but I mean... How many cards are better on the draw than they are on the play? With an aggro deck like this in Modern? Very few, right? I mean, it's kind of just stating the obvious. But no, this hand is good. We got strong turn 1 play. We can even hold up Skullcrack. Like we've got a lot of strong. We can race very well with this hand. They kept 7 cards as well, so good luck to them. Yeah. All right. Well, that's a strong draw as well. Strong draw. Maybe we'll get to see. Maybe we'll get to see Skewer the Critics cast the final points of damage for another game in this league. It's already happened a couple times. See, this is why, again, this is a good example of why Eidolon's so much better on the play, right? Would have dealt 2 damage to this opponent already just from this, and then could have attacked in for another 2 next turn. That right? Like, sometimes they need to do a little bit of setup to get their game going. And taking advantage of that is obviously very, very important. See, like, we would have dealt 4 damage to them. This is unfortunate, as they will end up taking our creatures out. That said, okay, drawing a land is not what I wanted to have happen. That said, oh no, because this next turn they'll have to, if they don't have the tower in hand, they'll need to tap. Maybe not tap out, but they need to tap mana to use the expedition map. So, well, let's see if we just give it to them. Oh, come on! Ugh. Oh, that's highly unfortunate. Wow. What are the odds on that? This has been, the last couple games have been a lot of like, wow, what are the odds? Definitely seeing the more 30% side of our 30-70 matchups. So do I just put Eidolon out? We put Eidolon out, they play the tower, they cast All Is Dust. It's a sorcery, right? Wouldn't it be 2 busted as an instant? Yeah, it's a sorcery. So, what happens? What happens? I think I don't play Eidolon out into the All Is Dust. I think that doesn't work out well. I think if they want to cast All Is Dust and kill a Goblin Guide, that's fine. You can go for it. I think if they want to cast something like a Karn, that's fine. I can get rid of this from my hand. Or if they want to cast a Wormcoil Engine, that's fine. I have a Skullcrack. You know, if they cast this, then I cast the Eidolon out after it. Like, that's a better option, I think. So okay, so they just have all the ways of getting rid of our permanents. That's fine. Yeah, no, let's go for it. That works. That's a thing. It's not impossible that I want. I got enough fetch lands. Let's get this out for now. Yeah. Bang, bang. Alright. That's a good draw. So maybe the plan is to try to get a trigger and then sack the Oblivion Stone. That's fine. Got a Karn on the way. They no longer have a Karn on the way, which probably means they have at least one in hand, but whatever. Get a Forest. Take the 2 damage. Okay, alright. We just get the Skewer the Critics out of our hand? That's probably what we do. Yeah. Absolutely. And yeah, now we just hold up Skullcrack and Boros Charm. Fantastic. I think we might have got there. They go Karn, get rid of the Goblin Guide, fine. They go Karn, tick up, fine. Yeah, this is oh, okay. Yeah, well. This is one of the things we were playing around. Yeah, sure, I'll get this. Yes. Yeah. Awesome. Hey, looks like we got there. Whew. Looked a bit dicey there at first. Skewer the Critics helped us curve out. Good game from the opponent. Oh, and I can't respond back. But if they watch, who knows? Good game to you too. Okay, well, losing to 2 good matchups in a row to finish off the league would have been kind of frustrating. But luckily we got there. Awesome. I'm gonna play a little little MTG Arena. We're gonna put some arena content on here in just a minute to close out the series. But let's take a look at the list. Let's take a look at the list that we were running today. All right, so this is what we had going on. Skewer the Critics was really good. Every time we cast it, it would have been much clunkier, and a lot. Yeah, clunky is a good way to put it. It would have been pretty clunky if it had been, say, like a Skullcrack or a Lightning Helix at the time, strictly because we were able to cast it for 1 red mana. That ability to cast things for 1 is a huge benefit. It really, really is. Even though it loses the added utility of, say, you know, preventing life gain or something like that. Obviously, you do want those effects, but in certain matchups and the times we had it, you know, we were able to hold up on these effects, like these Skullcrack effects. Like in that last game, right? I was able to cast this earlier and then hold this up later for when they actually cast the Thragtusk or whatever. It was good there. So I'm a big fan of this card. When we saw it, it was really good. So I'm quite happy with that. Sorcery speed, not great, but hey, whatever, what are you going to do? We also never saw the need for it to hit a creature. It went to the face every time, which again I think sort of speaks to the fact that it allows you to goldfish and just get your game plan going a lot more effectively. So I like that. Yeah, a couple games we lost in this league. Just some really abysmal draws. I don't even want to call it Lantern Control. I didn't see any Lantern of Insights or anything, but like Artifact Prison Control. Some really bad draws. And then in game 3, they had some great draws. They went, I think it was like back to back to back War of Invention, which sort of just shut the door on us from even being able to come back. So that's too bad. But, and then what was the other game we lost? Oh, to Death Shadow. Yeah, good Death Shadow opponent. That game is pretty tough. But they were able to sit right at that really nice 8 life point total. So I couldn't really go for it without dying. And I couldn't just sit back either because they had a Liliana that was eating away at our hands. So they never let us have the opportunity to go burn spell, kill you, which is too bad. So just a little bit of bad luck, a little bit of good play from our opponents. So that's the way it works. That's Magic. So either way, though, we won the games that we should have, and I like this list. The one thing I'm disappointed about in this series is we didn't get to see Rending Volley at all. We didn't get to see that get used, but whatever, it is what it is. But outside of that, everything went really well. I liked it a lot. So if you have any thoughts on the list, let me know. But let's play a little bit of Arena. I've been playing some MTG Arena, so let's see you there. Okay, so I haven't shown this before, so I want to make sure I do. This is a little bit, it's pretty much the stock mono red deck. Haven't really added too much, except I've got 2 Skewer the Critics, which I didn't have until the other day. It's probably right to play 4 of them. And I'm not running Light Up the Stage either. I think maybe that is a good idea. You might want to do that. So I haven't tested out this new build very much, but this is sort of what I was doing before. I have a little bit of interaction with a Lava Coil, and we've got a top end of Rekindling Phoenix, which is still really good at closing out some games when you curve out. There's so many games that I play where I end up drawing 4 or 5 lands and flooding out. I know people on this channel have seen it happen on MTGO as well, but clearly this is a and in paper. So clearly this is a good recreation of the game, because it happens to me here as well. And when you have those 4 or 5 land draws, not like opening hands, but you draw them over the course of a couple turns, not having something sort of big to hopefully draw into and cast is really frustrating. But when you can use that mana for higher impact plays, it feels a lot better. So I like to have at least a couple of these. So let's go down the list. We've got this Fanatical Firebrand, really good 1-drop. It's great at killing. Well, it's great at like attacking in, and then on turn 2 you can kill a Llanowar Elf, or the mono blue cards like Siren Storm Tamer, things like that. Get you Lava Runner, pretty strong card. This gets outclassed really quickly in a lot of matchups. Like, I don't love this card, but honestly, it's better than a lot of the alternatives. The other thing that's really relevant is that it's a wizard, so it turns on Wizard's Lightning. That's a very relevant factor, so I'm not a huge fan of it most of the time, but it can be very, very powerful. If you can, you know, attack with it for even 3 or 4 damage, it becomes quite valuable. Shock, just instant speed, great at removing problematic targets. It adds to your graveyard for a very cheap cost, which helps the Lava Runners, as well as your Runaway Steamkins. Lava Coil, it's good for removing a lot of things like Tempest de Jin. There's a lot of 4 toughness creatures running around because Lightning Strikes and Wizard's Lightnings and things like that are so prevalent. So being able to deal 4 damage is very useful a lot of the time. It comes up more often than I would expect. Even like the Venerated Loxodons, things like that, it's a big deal. 4 Lightning Strikes, great. It's a Lightning Bolt that costs 1 more, but in Standard, hey, that's good enough. Runaway Steamkin, a lot of the time this card just gets killed on turn 2, which is really unfortunate. However, if you can untap with this card and cast a couple spells, it gets out of hand, hurry. A lot of the time it dies, but if it doesn't die, this is a must-answer threat. If you see your opponent cast this card on Arena or in Standard or whatever, you better be worried if you can't answer it right away. This thing's a powerhouse. I didn't realize how strong this card was until I started to play with it, and I started being like, oh man, maybe this should be in Modern. I started to understand why some of the Phoenix, the mono-red Phoenix decks were running it. It's bonkers. Viashino Pyromancer, it's a great 2-drop because it comes out, it hits your opponent, so even if they kill it right away, you know, whatever, it's done a couple damage. If you cast it on turn 3, you can then Wizard's Lightning for 1 mana in response, because this is a wizard. Very relevant factor. This isn't necessarily the strongest 2-drop. Runaway Steamkin is stronger, has a higher ceiling, but this card is one of the most consistent, and one of the as a general rule, I'm happier to see this card than most of the other cards most of the time. Like it's a subtly powerful card in how it works with the rest of the deck. It's really, really good, especially with things like Skewer the Critics. Same thing. If you can go Pyromancer, even if it just dies immediately, you know, shock them and then turn on Skewer the Critics. It's a very, very powerful effect as an ETB. It's great. I'm running one of these. This slot was a 2nd Lava Coil, and I kind of was goofing around with this. I can't cast the second half of this card. This is strictly a 2-red, which doesn't matter by comparison to Lava Coil, because all I'm running are basic mountains. This is basically 5 damage to attacking or blocking creature for 2 mana. It's really strong against... Again, some of the big creatures that you face, like some of the Drakes, Enigma Drake, or whatever the other one is. It's not quite enough to kill a Niv Mizzet, but it can deal with a lot of the other threats that you might deal with. And a lot of people don't expect it, so I like this card. There are times when I can't actually kill, say, a Wild Growth Walker. I think that's the one that gains 3 life when you explore. And so sometimes they'll attack in first. And I can kill it then. You know, it's or even after they have a couple counters on it, just so the game doesn't completely get away. I can kill it that way. So I kind of like this card. It is a bit more situational. That's definitely the case. And there's not any cards in this deck that have trample, so it's somewhat frustrating when I attack in to create a blocking creature to kill, and then I kill it, and then it does still stop the damage from my creature. If my creatures had trample, it'd be nicer because, you know, then the damage would still go through, but whatever, what can you do? Chain Whirler is great, awesome card. It's fantastic in the mirror. It's fantastic if you can set up a chain reaction, no pun intended, but hey, I'll take it. Where sometimes there's maybe like an anthem effect, so they've got maybe a bunch of like 1/1 lifelinking soldiers or vampires or whatever, and so you cast the Chain Whirler and they all live, but then you can cast maybe a Wizard's Lightning or something else, or even a Shock at that point to kill. I think like Banalish Marshal, I think, is like an anthem effect creature, which will then, you know, have a chain reaction and kill the rest of them. Even sometimes the 1 damage to their face is relevant. There's a lot of times you can tell they're holding up maybe like a Spell Pierce or a Negate. Well, it doesn't help you with Chain Whirler, and that can sometimes get that damage. And 3/3 First Strike is also very relevant. A lot of the time. Risk Factor is a great card. It's not great in Modern. Sometimes you'd rather just draw your other spells. But this card is fantastic. It's very rare. I don't want to draw at least 1 in a game, so I feel like I should probably be trying to find room for a 4th copy somewhere in the deck, but I haven't had time yet. Skewer the Critics, fantastic. We just saw it in Modern this week for this week's matches. I should probably be trying to find room for more of them in the deck. I'm just not sure where to do it yet, so I need to do some work there. But yeah, fantastic. 1 mana, 3 damage. More often than not, you know, it's 1 mana, not 3. Wizard's Lightning, fantastic. It's a lightning bolt most of the time, and you can try to set that up with your Pyromancers and your Lava Runners, and then, like I mentioned, with the Rekindling Phoenix at the top, and then I've got 20 mountains. I need to figure out how to get a nicer mountain than this. There's nothing wrong with this, but there's mountains from Dominaria and other sets that I prefer way more. I can't figure out how to... Like, don't get me wrong, I like Arena, but there's a few, and I talked about this in the last series I did. I think it was the end of, yeah, I think it was the end of my last series, like episode 18 or whatever. And there's a few issues I have with Arena, especially when you're first getting into Arena, so check out that video if you want to hear me rant about that for a bit. My rant for today is about how it's harder to pay. Like, you use the filters, you still can't find the basic mountains you like. So I don't really like that. It's not user-friendly in that respect. So I'm going to Google it. I'll figure it out. I should have done it before this video, but I didn't, so whatever. Sue me. Anyway, that's our list. So I got to do some daily challenges here, so I thought, I might as well just do it at the end of this recording session. So we're going to play some ranked matches and see where we go from there. All right, so I'll see you in our first game. Oh, you know what? Actually, here, before I do that... here, this is what we're trying to do. I have to kill 15 opponents' creatures, and then my weekly goals have reset as well. So if we get some wins, we'll be able to open up some packs of Ravnica. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, I'm going to play. And it's funny how it says it's a red-white deck just from that single removal spell I've got. So, all right. So we're going to play some MTG Arena. Yep. I like the mono red list. It's strong. It feels a lot like Burn. It feels a lot like modern Burn in a lot of ways. It's very similar. Opponent goes first. This hand's a bit loose. I don't really like this hand, but I really try not to mulligan if I can, because you don't have cards like Boros Charm and Goblin Guide that can get you back. You really do have to try and avoid mulliganing as much as possible. You need all your cards. So we will be able to shock any problematic stuff if they put like a turn 1 elf or something out. This hand is going to be really bad if we're against any kind of control deck, any kind of Nexus of Fate. I'm going to keep it. Any kind of Nexus of Fate or... Oh, that's good. That's perfect. Yep, that's what we want to see. I'm willing to wait to see what comes out, but that's going to just eat a bolt or eat a shock, 100%. Oh. Okay, maybe this should eat one. Adapt 2. So next turn they can make it a 4/4. Whenever another creature you control enters the battlefield or dies, power is great. So if I kill this thing's going to become a 3/3 right away. That's tough. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I just got to kill this now. That's tough. Oh well. Maybe I'll draw like a lightning strike. Nope, of course I don't. Yeah, so... Oh, but if it attacks, I can kill it that way. And then we can just start curving out into our really powerful stuff. That's awesome. This is one of the new cards. I do love this card. Yeah, we are 100% getting rid of this thing. 100%. And, oh, there's the lightning strike I wanted. Okay, well now we're going to hold up Wizard's Lightning, and if they don't do anything really dangerous, we'll just do a risk factor at the end of their turn. That's the plan. The thing I don't like about Riot is it's not it doesn't trigger. I'm pretty sure creatures just enter with it. Oh, that's not good though. That's bad actually. Uh-oh. We're in trouble. Right? Like if this resolves, like I don't think I get to respond to the Riot. Yeah, they just choose. Yeah, because it's not a when it enters the battlefield, it enters with. Yeah, that's rough. Okay. So what do I need to draw here? Something really good, because this is the kind of deck I want to play, by the way. I really like this. They're just like Gruul, angry creatures and stuff. Oh yeah, like sign me up for that. That's awesome. That's fantastic. Most of the time, you just want to take the damage. More often than not, don't give your opponent the cards. Yeah, don't do that. So I was really hoping to draw a land so I could play the Phoenix maybe, and then just chump block this thing for eternity. Although they might have a removal spell. So I think what I have to do here is... can I race this? Not really. I only get to play one spell this turn. So I think it has to be Chain Whirler. And yeah, I think it has to be Chain Whirler, and we're going to probably take 6 damage again from this thing. And then if I draw a land next turn, then we have some more options. But if this Chain Whirler dies... Oh, that's not good. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Yeah, we're in trouble. Yeah, I'm in big trouble here. Well, I can't block. If I block, I'm just dead. But I'm probably going to be dead anyway. Okay, well, we drew the land, so that's good. That's good. But this is a pretty bad situation here. I basically need them to have nothing in hand, and I need to answer both of these. So yeah, we got to throw out the Phoenix. We got to chump block here and trade here. And yeah, if they have anything, probably just dead. Oh, that's a good start. I don't like our odds, not gonna lie. They need to have no removal, and oh, yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. All right. Oh, that's too bad. Concede. Good job, opponent. Yeah, these matches are hard. One of the problems with playing this deck, it is strong. It's a strong deck. But one of the problems is that people know to expect it. People come prepared for what you're playing. This hand's fantastic. Hand is great. This is good against control. This is good against like a creature deck, especially because we're on the play. You know, because we're gonna go Lava Runner next turn. We'll be able to. Wizard's Lightning and Skewer the Critics. So yeah, it's fantastic. I'm a I'm a big fan of this. This is going to be a lot of damage. Ooh. So, my original plan was just to go Wizard's Lightning, Skewer the Critics, attack. I think that's still what we do. I'm tempted to get this Pyromancer out, but this is just so much damage. And it's so... why are we lagging? Here we go. And it's so fast, and it turns on our Lava Runner already on turn 2, which doesn't happen as often as you'd like. Like, this puts them in a serious bind to have an answer here. Yeah, that's not going to do it. So, might as well just attack. Go from there. And they can't even have, like, a Essence Scatter or any of the 3-mana counters up. So, yeah, we're just totally going to get this out of our hand, put them down to 8. And if we might even be threatening lethal next turn. Not quite. Yeah. That was something that could happen too, but they needed to have a sweeper and a good one there too. So yeah, again, this 1 damage is totally relevant. 7 is much better than 8. So I choose what I discard, right? Yeah. So let's get rid of this Lava Coil, obviously. Well, that's a bad draw, but whatever. I can't complain about having 4 mana on turn 4. They have enough discard effects that holding this mountain up to bluff isn't really where I want to be. It's not like they have to choose a non-land card like they do. Oh, that's unfortunate. Like they do with like Thoughtseize or whatever. But yeah, and wait till the end step, might as well. But yeah, basically we're just gonna almost any card, yep, that isn't a land wins us the game. Not quite. We could have drawn a little bit dead there, but yeah, fantastic. So I'm not really hitting my goals here of killing my opponent's creatures, unfortunately. But you know, we're getting wins at least, so at least there's that. At least there's that. I don't know how long I want to play this for. This is kind of like extra content at the end. I don't want to make this video too long. I'll play at least 2 more games. Yeah, this hand's great. We're going to curve out. We've got removal early. We got a creature to play on turn 1. It's good stuff. Can't argue with that. That's frustrating, but nothing we can't deal with. And again, this is just a really strong play to get going, and we even still have another piece of removal to play next turn if we want. So I'm good just getting in. Like even if they play like a couple of chump blockers or something, we can Chain Whirler. Oh, and they're stuck on 1. Okay, well now we're just gonna take this game over. And this Runaway Steamkin will literally run away with the game if it's unchecked. So even though these are more powerful cards, playing the Steamkin first so that it gets, what is this? Okay, still just mono white. Playing the Steamkin first so that it just gets more counters on it. We're just gonna take this game over. I do want to play a spell before I attack though, just to get the counter on the Steamkin. I suppose the best option is Risk Factor because it has to go to their face, whereas Lightning Strike, it's not impossible that they play a creature as even just like a chump blocker that I want to remove. You know, maybe they go, I don't know what you want to call it, Legion's Landing, right? Like a chump blocker that also gains them a life. So yeah, so let's see what we get going on here. See, like, look, these are pretty lands. They've got them mixed up here. I don't know how to mix mine up. Okay, well, still nothing. So that leads me to believe we are going to see a Seal Away. But if they don't have Seal Away, I honestly don't know how they don't... I don't know how they don't lose this game. Alright, okay, well, whatever. I guess I will wait for you to tap mana for anything before I Lightning Strike you. Yeah, okay, see, there we go. That's how we do it. Yeah. Bam. Awesome. Instant speed is a good thing. We like instant speed burn spells. Yes, we do. Alright. So, we still have not killed, like, any creatures. I'm not getting any of this gold, but hey, wins are wins. And I've been struggling so hard in this this gold tier, trying to make it up to, I think it's platinum next. It is a grind. You go through bronze like nobody's business if you're playing like a ranked, like a tier 1 deck. Well, this is also free to play, by the way. I have put zero... Well, that's not true. I bought the intro, but I put $5 into this. This is really good. I actually do want to draw another land or two at some point, but starting even just going Shock and Pyromancer, that's great. I like that. And this is good against, again, we have options against Control, which it looks like this is. It's probably a Nexus of Fate deck or something like that. So yeah, we've got a fair amount of options here. Bam. Bam. Well, that's going to be something to fight through. Because again, see, like, these are the kind of things people know there are going to be people playing red. They know it's going to happen. So, it would have been nice to draw a third land there, but another Wizard's Lightning is pretty ridiculous too. I think I can wait on this Skewer the Critics. But you know what? I'll get it out of my hand now. I definitely do want to hold up the Wizard's Lightnings, though, because I don't actually have the mana to cast them if they have a removal spell for this Pyromancer. So, yeah. That's definitely something I am a tiny bit worried about. I definitely wanted to hold up mana for at least one of them. Because, okay, and then, yeah, and so, hey, if you want to counter this, you got to do it now. Yeah, okay, that works too. I'm also very fine with that. That was a good draw. So we might see... Wow, okay. That's fine. Well, I'm not casting anything at open mana. It's just like Modern. Not doing it. Wow, awesome. Okay, normally it doesn't go that smoothly. Normally it's much harder than that, but obviously our opponent stumbled a little bit. Again, we're not killing any creatures. Our opponent stumbled a little bit, and we had a strong draw. I think that was a good example of why the Pyromancer being a wizard has such great synergy with that Wizard's Lightning. It's very strong. Very strong. Okay, opponent goes first. Oh, this hand is really weak. Like, if we could cast this for 1, it might be okay, because we'd get in. You know, we are going to draw a card, but everything in our hand costs 3. So as much as I hate to do it, I am going to mulligan this hand. This hand is arguably worse. Things cost 2, but again, we don't even have mana for that. We're on the draw, and we have a Steamkin, and we have a Scry, so I'm going to keep... And I really hate I hate mulliganing at all in this format, because it's best of 1. And again, like, the power level of your burn spells is somewhat reduced, obviously, not being in an eternal format. So I'm not happy with this hand, but it's good enough to keep. Oh, see, now I was going to put anything that wasn't a land at the bottom, but this is actually something we can play on turn 1. But it doesn't turn on any Wizard's Lightnings or anything. I honestly think we just need to hit lands. I think I have to put this to the bottom, as much as I'm not thrilled with that. That's unfortunate. Okay, well, we drew that land, so that's good. That is a good thing. Well, that has to die. That absolutely has to die. Do I just do it now, or do I wait for them to try to put spells into it? If they play a third land... it is unlikely they are able to play 3 consecutive spells. So this might be a little tricky. This might be a bit... oh, wow, that's interesting. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. Being on the play in the mirror is obviously huge. One of the big reasons is Chain Whirler. Like, if I had a 3rd land in my hand, like, if you can play a Chain Whirler on turn 3 and kill their Pyromancer and maybe a Firebrand or a Steamkin for free, it's crazy. This hand is so clunky. We are just getting run. We have 2 and 3 mana spells, and we are getting run over by 1 and 2 mana spells. We're in some pretty big trouble here. The only thing is if they have like nothing in hand, and if I draw a Chain Whirler next turn, that would be good because it would kill the Firebrand, and it would either stonewall the Lava Runner or have to draw it a removal spell. But if we don't draw a Chain Whirler here, we're in trouble. That's not the worst. That's not the worst. Yeah. Because this will draw out a removal spell as well. And, yeah. And I am on the back foot right now. So if they don't play a Chain Whirler or remove this, I will totally block and sack. I could attack here, but no, I will definitely hold up this pinging effect if I can. Yeah, see. They know how strong it is. Would have been nice if I could have used shocks on theirs. I had to use lightning strikes. Very poor. They attack with both. I'm blocking here and gonna try to kill this. I just gotta sort of stem the bleeding here. Okay. Yeah, we just need to add to the board. It didn't look like they had a removal spell again, so I'm 100% willing to trade with this Lava Runner. 100%. And I am absolutely also willing to kill it because I am behind on board. I need to hope for some good draws here. So they're empty-handed. They're only 3 life ahead, but we have 2 cards. So, okay, fantastic. So now's the point where we can maybe take this game over. If they like whiff on one more draw step or something like that, we'll be in good shape. And again, we're holding up this Wizard's Lightning. If they play a Chain Whirler or something, absolutely going to use this Wizard's Lightning. Now, however, yeah, I'm gonna use it now. I need to use my mana. I need to tap out at this point for this. Oh, fantastic. Okay. There's no point in doing this now. I sort of... Well, I guess that's not true. I could have done this and then played a haste creature or something like that. But I didn't want to get rid of this mountain because if they just take the damage, I'm going to want to untap and discard this mountain to cast it a second time. Yeah. They probably want to take the damage. Like, they're in a bad spot right now. They don't know what's in my hand, but... do I just put this out? I don't like putting this out when it doesn't kill anything or just kill my opponent. It does demand an answer, though. Yeah. This demands an answer. They will have to have... like, it's going to put them remarkably low. Yeah, so it's gonna, if they have a lightning strike or, oh, okay, yeah, Chain Whirler is good, yeah, or an opposing Chain Whirler is another option. So now because I can like kill this and attack in or something like that, I am, and they're, I don't know, what do they do? Do you think they take the damage? I wonder what they do. Nah, they probably don't. They probably let me have the cards. They probably have to play around me having a shock or anything else that deals damage in my hand. Yeah, they probably have to do that. That's fair. And actually, you know what? Yeah. I'm willing to trade this off. I'm way ahead on life. If they want to just... Yeah, that's fine. And if they didn't, then I just had the win, right? They have to block. I'm forcing them to keep the board clear. So, yeah. Sure, throw to Phoenix. Again, demand. Not only does this demand an answer, it demands 2 answers. Yeah, okay. So there we go. We got it. Well, that's not true. They could have like a lightning strike or something here, but if we didn't draw like a creature, yeah, that's it. Okay, awesome. We got lucky there. We needed them to stall out like exactly when they did. Oh, hey, we actually killed some creatures. Cool. This thing's tricky. Lost some games to that before. Let's play a couple more. I don't care. Maybe Nikachu just edits this out. I don't know. I don't know. But this is mono red life. This has gone surprisingly well. I'm worried we're gonna hit the skids right away and just some brutal mulligans and matchups. This is good though. Turn 1 Lava Runner. We can answer any sort of legitimate threat they put out first and curve into these spells. Yeah, I'm absolutely keeping this hand. Absolutely. Dragon Skull Summit. Okay, cool. So it's probably another burn deck. They're probably using light up the stage, things of that nature. Probably hear a shock or something. Yeah, absolutely. They know how important those early creatures are. Yeah, there's no point in... Might as well just hold this up. Might as well just hold it up. Oh, this thing is frustrating. Fortunately, I have a good answer for it, but it is frustrating. It's if you have like sort of a control-y type start, it is a good way to actually. How do I want to do this? Yeah, I'll let my opponent have the option. If they want to block, then I'll use my. Then I'll use this. Oh, they don't. Okay. I'm just gonna Lava Coil. That's fine. They might have missed a land drop. Okay. I was gonna say, did that turn on Spectacle for them? Oh, cool. Neat new cards. Okay, so this might... Oh, cool. It's like a Blightning. Isn't it? I think so. 1 damage to target creature and 1 damage to its permanent's controller. See, because I know they've got this, I can't play the Steamkin out, unfortunately. Which is too bad, because I don't want it to just die. It'll probably demand a removal spell no matter what, but I don't want to just make it easy on them. And then I don't want to... Yeah, this is tough. I guess I just spend 3 mana on a bolt. That's unfortunate, but whatever. I can't not use my mana. Oh, interesting. Okay. I haven't played against this card for a while. This actually requires some thought. Put that card into your hand. Unless the opponent pays. So this takes a... basically, a Helix effect is huge. I don't want them gaining life. So hold on, what am I choosing? I've got a timer here, right? What does choosing them do? Yeah, okay. Oh, I see how this works. Okay. Pay 3 life for shock. Decline. Yeah, okay, I will do that. Because it's going to do that anyway. Like, I'm going to take the damage anyway, but this keeps them from gaining life. That's a good card. That is... Yeah, we want to just spend all our mana and get that out of our hand. We're in trouble here, though. Sword Point Diplomacy was very good there. I almost wish this thing could block this, because I could then kill it. It's very frustrating. Well, whatever. I gotta catch up in this damage race. I really don't want to expose this Steamkin to this shock. Especially when they can do it on my turn and then just untap. Yeah, I'm not just going to throw the Steamkin away. Maybe I should have, right? Because now I'm taking 3 damage from it. Maybe they'd be more, you know, maybe that's actually better, but... oh boy. Hey! Gives me something to use it on. And honestly, I need to protect my life total right now. That could have been worse. I like that card. Oh my god. Okay, I can't sit on this any longer. Can't sit on it any longer. Oh, that's not good. That means we're probably just dead. It's probably pretty bad. Oh yeah, alright, there we go. That's too bad. This thing is surprisingly strong. This electrostatic field, it's a very good card. It's very good. Alright, I'm probably going to keep playing, but just try to finish this off. But that'll be enough for today. Hopefully you enjoyed the matches. Hopefully you like this mono red list. Let me know what your red lists are like and how you fit them in. I've looked at some online, but if you shared them, I'd like to take a look at them. Or you know what? Actually, here, I guess we can do this. We won some packs here. We'll open up a pack of Ravnica Allegiance. I don't care. Wild card, that's always nice. And it's a wild card that matters. Can I see this account here? What did we open? Okay, I don't know if this is actually any good. I was hoping for like a stomping ground or something. I have a bunch of wild cards, but they're all like rare wild cards are the ones you want. I'd rather be able to turn these mythic rare wild cards into rare ones. It's kind of frustrating. Again, another issue I have with Arena, not being able to exchange wild cards, even at like a reduced rate, right? Like even if I could turn like a mythic just into a rare or something like that, it would be nice to have that option. But either way, this has been Andrew, day 2 Dryden, playing Skewer the Critics in Modern and doing it in Arena. Hopefully you enjoyed the match. Hopefully you enjoyed the series. We're going to see more. I think I'm going to have to do Pauper next time because Skewer the Critics is going to be a 4 of in Pauper, so that'll probably be the next series I do. But thank you for watching the channel. Subscribe. Let us know what you think. And most importantly, you know, stay safe, be healthy, all that good stuff. I'll see you next time.